Well, hello everybody. This is a pickup from the previous game I tried this morning between Minnesota and Milwaukee. Had some internet issues, couldn't sign back on. Then I had uh, webcam issues. My webcam wasn't being recognized, and then I plugged it in, and all of a sudden I hear this. It almost sounded like a power cable gone bad or something. It was a lot of crackling and noises and stuff, so I unplugged that. So now I'm going to try to record this on my phone like I did back in the old days. Back a couple years ago, before I had got the webcam. We're going to try back to recording with my phone, and I will try to do live tomorrow with my phone and see what happens. But I think my webcam has died a gruesome death. So anyway, just to pick everybody up to speed, Minnesota scored in the first inning. Dan Gladden walked, stole second, scored on the double by Puckett, made it 1-0 Twins. And that's kind of where we stood. Molitor walked to lead off the game at the bottom of the first, got caught stealing. Smalley singled to lead off the second with 2 outs. Gagne double, but Smalley was out trying to score on the double, so that kept it at 1-0. And since then, we started this inning, and Bill Schroeder led off with a single, stole second, went to third on the throwing error by Laudner, and Gantner drove him in on a sacrifice fly. So at the moment, it is 1-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the third. So Gantner gets the sacrifice fly. And now here's Dale Swain. Swain hitting .332 on the replay. 13 homers, 39 driven in. He hit .252 real world. That's a 1-2 against the lefty, and that's a strikeout plus injury for Swain. So it's very possible that Swain may have to leave this ball game. And we'll see what happens here as we go to our injury roll. And a 1-6, he can stay in the game. He does not. He's got to leave. So Dale Swain will strike out and be injured. So Swain will have to leave this ball game, and Milwaukee will go to their bench for a shortstop. And the only guy left on the bench that can play shortstop is Juan Castillo. So Castillo, not very good, 4.48, but Castillo will take over at shortstop in the 4th inning. So that'll be Castillo. And we go to the next batter. The leadoff batter is Paul Molitor. Molitor, his first time up, walked and was caught stealing. So we'll see what he can do here as I try to get this computer straight. All right, so it's a strikeout for Swain, and he'll have to come out of the game. Here's Molitor. 5-5 against the lefty is a ground ball to second, and that will end the inning, but the Brewers do tie it. It ends up being an unearned run. And now we need to bring Castillo in to play shortstop going forward for the Brewers before we get going with the top half of the 4th. So 3 innings are in the books. It's 1-1. And back to pitch is Chuck Krim. He'll be facing Smalley. I'm sorry, he'll be facing Herbeck. Herbeck, Larkin, and Smalley. My bad. Herbeck, Larkin, and Smalley. 3-6, and that's a straight-up home run for Kent Herbeck. No doubt about it. Clean as can be. 3-6, all home run all the time for Kent Herbeck. And for Herbeck, that is home run number 17 on the replay. He had 34 real world, so he's right at his halfway point. That was at bat 215 for him. He had 477 at bats total. So he's a little bit on a higher pace for home runs, but Twins now take a 2-1 lead, and here's Gene Larkin. It's a 1-2. It's a foul out to Schroeder, 1 away. And that'll send up Roy Smalley. Four, 5, switch hitter, fly ball to right, 2 down. The amazing thing about The weather here is crazy. I'm telling you, yesterday it was a record heat, around 85 degrees. Today it's a snowstorm. I kid you not. Dropped 50 degrees in one day. Here's Tom Brunansky. That's a 2-8, and Brunansky a 1-8 double. So a 2-out double by Brunansky. And now we go to Tim Laudner. So after this third out of the inning is over, I'm going to pause the video, move my phone over outside my window, and you can see what's going on at roughly, around 3:30 on this Thursday afternoon that I'm recording this. Here's Laudner. 1-9, ground ball to short, and that will end the inning. So that's going to do it for the Twins. They do take the lead on the home run from Kent Herbeck. And we go to the bottom of the fourth in a 2-1 ball game. In fact, I'll wait till the bottom half, till this inning's over. I'll wait to start the top of the fifth to pause the video for that. So Viola will face Yount, Cooper, and Deere for the Brew Crew. 4-7. The ground ball second base X. Second base is Lombardozzi, and he is a 2E18. So we're looking at a 2E18. 2 and a 5. G3 pound, but nobody's on base, so he'll get to it. That's a 10, and he is an E18 at second base. There is no 10 there, so it's a good play for Lombardozzi. And he retires Yount, 1 away. So obviously, without my webcam working, that's going to kill anything that's OBS related, because I won't have a webcam to show anything other than what's on the computer. I won't be able to split it like I have been doing. So I'll figure something out. 6-8, lefty, and that's a fly to right field. 2 down. Then again, this analog version is kind of like, some people prefer that. So go old school, as they say. Here's Deere. 3-7. That's a base on balls. First walk, or actually second walk issued by Viola. Deere needs a 7 to get the lead. Doesn't get it. He'll hold. And here's first baseman Jim Paciorek. 3-6 for Paciorek, struck him out. And for Viola, that is strikeout number 5. And we played 4 innings in Milwaukee with the score. The Twins 2 and the Brewers 1. And we'll take a quick timeout for a snow break. And when we come back, Greg Gagne will be leading off for us against Chuck Krim. But we're going to take a quick snow break. So if you want to talk about a winter wonderland, there we go. It is a winter wonderland out there. See, it's not sticking on the driveway, but it certainly is sticking on the grass and every place else. Fortunately, my car is in the garage, so I don't worry about anything like that. But yeah, it was 84, 85 degrees and sunny yesterday, just 24 hours ago. And now it's coming down heavy. Not supposed to stick. I don't think it's going to last that long. It was raining mixed with snow around lunchtime. It just got progressively cooler, and I guess now it's cold enough, obviously, to snow. So there you have it. Yeah, something else here. This is my view from studio, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's the only place I got to play, so I don't know what kind of studio we're talking about. It's just my room to play. So that's the view from there, and now we'll pause and get back to the game. All right, we're back to the game. Greg Gagne will lead things off against Mr. Krim. He doubled his first time up, but Smalley was out trying to score from first. It's a 6-4 on Krim. That's an in-home run chance, 1-5. That's a 16, so he will fly it to left field. And there's 1 away. 1 down. And if I can get things working, then tomorrow morning we will have the regularly scheduled Texas Rangers and California Angel game from California. But we'll see if that's going to be live or Memorex, depending on how I get things working here. Here's Gladden. 1-6 for Gladden, and that is a fly to center field. 2 down, and that'll bring up Lombardozzi. That is a 4-9. That's a pop up to third. That will end the inning. So 3 up and 3 down for Krim, and this that was his fatigue inning. So he keeps full endurance into the 6th. But the Twins still lead at 2-1. And Viola will be facing Braggs, Schroeder, and Gantner. Braggs, a strikeout victim his first time up. It's a 3-9 against the lefty. That's a fly to left field. 1 away. And this is back to my roots where I did mostly almost exclusive recording, not live streaming. So, and on my phone, not on my webcam. So we're going back, 3 or 4 years at least. Here's Schroeder. He single, stole second, went to third on the throwing error by Laudner, and then scored on a sacrifice fly by Gantner. 4-7, and that is a ground ball second base X. Lombardozzi's a 2 E18. 2 and a 12. He'll get to that. And an E18, and let's see, that is a total of 11. E18, there's a 13 there, but no 11. So Lombardozzi will make the play, retire Schroeder. I don't even know how this is going to turn out as far as quality goes. It's kind of a test run with this new set, this adjusted setup. Here's Gantner. Sacrifice fly his first time up. 3-9, that's a 1 for a single, but he will line it instead to Lombardozzi. And that's going to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Brew Crew. We go to the 6th. It's still Minnesota 2 and Milwaukee 1. Milwaukee needs to win to stay tied with Toronto for first place in the AL East. Minnesota needs a win to get closer to the Oakland A's in the AL West. So each team has their own motivation. Here's Puckett. 3-10 for Puckett. Split chance. 1-7's a single. That's a 10. So he lines it to the new shortstop, Castillo. And there's 1 away. Here's Herbeck, homered his last time up. 2-12, and this time he grounds it to first, and Pashorek will just step on the bag. Easy play there. 2 up, 2 down. 6 in a row retired by Krim, going back to the 4th inning. Here's Gene Larkin. 4-11, switch hitter. Fly ball left field X. We are looking at Mr. Deere. 3E10. 3 and a 2, that's trouble. That's going to be extra bases. 3 and a 2 is going to be a double. 3 and a 2 is a double. That's a 9. He's an E10. Left field, there is no 9 there, but it is going to be a double for Gene Larkin. 2-out double for Larkin. Now a clutch situation for Roy Smalley. In the clutch, Smalley will lose a hit on 1-7. That's it. We get a 1-6 instead of a 1-7, so he avoided the anti-clutch and gets the base hit. That's a double. And that's an RBI double for Roy Smalley. 2-out magic here by the Twins as they now take a 3-1 lead. And now the Brewer bullpen is going to start to stir as Chuck Krim, kind of going into uncharted territory with this length. Mark Clear loosening in their bullpen, right-hander. Here's Brunansky. Clutch situation for Brunansky. And he loses 1 hit on a 1-2. Everywhere else he is neutral. 2-8, and that is a 1-8 double. That's a 10. It'll be a single, but it's 2-star single, and another run is in. And that's going to be it for Krim. Krim's not going to be able to make it past 6 innings. Tom Trebelhorn wanted to get him through the top of the 6th, but he just can't hang on any longer. Computer says he's tired, but I think Trebelhorn's tired of seeing him. So he's going to leave the ball game. Tim Laudner will be the new pitcher is going to face, and that new pitcher is Mark Clear. So Mark Clear is on. He has a +1 hold, which makes him a +2. Krim is going to go 5 2/3 innings. He will surrender 8 hits, 4 runs, but this run here has also earned a charge to him as well if he scores. Walks, he ended up walking 2, and he did not strike out a batter. That's very interesting. No strikeouts. So Mark Clear is on. Get the numbers on Clear, both on the regular season that he had and the replay. Clear on the regular season, 8-5 with a 4.48 ERA and 6 saves. On the replay is 2-3 with a 2.45 and 2 saves. So it's much better ERA in the replay. And he's going to face Tim Laudner with 2 outs and Bernansky at first of what is now a 4-1 game. 6-5, and that's going to be a strikeout for Clear, and that will end the inning. So we can close the book on Krim. He is going to allow those 4 earned runs. So a pair of 2-out runs come in for the Twins to extend the lead to 4-1. And they've turned that lead over to Frank Viola. And he'll be facing Juan Castillo, first at bat of the game for Castillo since coming in for the injured Swain. Castillo on the replay hitting .205, no homers, 11 driven in. He had .224 real world. That is a .410, switch hitter batting right-handed. That's a ballpark single check. 1-6, but that's going to fail, so he's going to pop it up to Smalley at third base. And there's 1 away. Back to the top of the order from Molitor. 2-9 for Molitor. He's going to ground it to short, and Gagne puts it away. 2 down. Twins needed a big outing out of Frank Viola, and to this point they've gotten it. Here's Robin Yount. 2-6, and that's a 1-6 single. That's a 9, so he's going to line it right to Gagne at short, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Frank Viola. We go to the 7th. It's still 4-1. Favor of the Twins. Clear out will be facing Gagne, and then Gladden and Lombardozzi, top of the order after Gagne. Gagne 1 for 2 with a double. 6-6, and that's a strikeout for Clear. So Clear has come on and struck out both batters he has faced. And I believe I've still got a little bit of room here to show the card. I believe if it goes into column 6 or column 3, I'll start moving them over. But in case you missed that one, 6-6 was a strikeout. So I can't really tell with the phone above my head. I can't really tell what you can see and what you can't see. Here's Gagne. I'm sorry, that was Gagne. My bad. This is Gladden's at bat. 6-7, and that's going to be a ground ball shortstop X. We're going to Castillo, and Castillo is a 4 E48, which is definitely not good. 4 E48, 4-20, he catches a break there, doesn't he? And a 10, he might catch a break also. E48, there's no 10 there either, so nice play for Castillo. And they get Gladden for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Lombardozzi. 3-8 for Lombardozzi, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. Easy play for Molitor. 1-2-3 go the Twins here in the top of the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch. Score remains Minnesota holding a 4-1 lead. Brew Crew have no answers yet for Mr. Frank Viola. And this is the fatigue inning for Viola, so we'll keep track of that. He'll be facing Cooper, Deere, and Pashorek. .610 lefty, fly ball center field X. We're looking at Puckett. He's a 1, so we know he's going to get there. We're just checking the error, which is an E6. Only errors are 3, 4, 15, and 18. And he didn't get that at all, so that's going to be a nice play for Kirby Puckett. He runs it down. 1 away, and we move on to Rob Deere. .310 against the lefty is a ballpark single check. 1-6, but that's going to be a line out to short. 2 up, 2 down. And here is Pashorek. 5-7. Ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Gagne. 2E24. 2E24 for him. 219 is good. That's a 6 on an E24. There is a 6 right here. E24, there's a 6 right there. So a boot by Gagne, E6. And that ends a string of 10 in a row, or 9 in a row, retired by Viola. So Peshorek is on with 2 outs, and here's Glenn Braggs. Six nine for Viola against a righty. It's a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Brew Crew. We go to the top of the 8th. Score still 4-1. Clear back out. We'll pitch the 8th. Facing Kirby Puckett. 6-8 for Clear, and that's a base on balls. So Puckett will draw the leadoff walk. And he's going to try for the lead. Needs a 4, 5, or 6 to get the lead. Gets the lead. He's going to go 15, being held as a 13. But then the +2 makes it back to a 15. So 1-15, and Puckett steals it. And he does. Stolen base for Puckett. Let's check Puckett's stolen. Why is Davidson in the game? That didn't make any sense. Hold on here. Something's not right. My play-by-play here. All right, for some reason. Let's get this out of here. Let me fix real quick. I'm just going to fix something on the computer. So I can get us up to speed and be right where I'm supposed to be. All right, so Lombardozzi, his last play, he grounded to third. All right, then I need to put in the fly out to center by Cooper, the liner to short by Deere, the 1 base error on Gagne, and then the fly to center by Braggs. Okay. All right, now we're set. Puckett walked and stole the base, or walked and, stole the base. So he walks, and if we check his steals on the regular season, he stole 12 bases, got caught 7 times. This was his 10th steal. He's been caught 5 times. So Puckett's at second base with nobody out for Kent Hrbek. And let's see, that Brewers are going to the bullpen. They're going to bring in a lefty because Hrbek struggles against lefties. They're going to bring in John Henry Johnson out of the bullpen to pitch to Hrbek. So for Clear, he goes 1 1/3, strikes out 2, walks 1, no hits, no runs, but he is responsible for Puckett. And now Kent Hrbek is on. So John Henry Johnson coming in from the bullpen for the Brewers, a left-hander. And we'll see what he can do. Or do they want to go to Mirabella? They might decide Mirabella. So we had a rebuttal there. We're going to use Paul Mirabella, not John Henry Johnson. He's a little bit better reliever. Just added back to the roster recently, so he's well rested. Plus, he's a better left-handed reliever than Mr. Johnson is. Let's see. 0 on the hold. Sorry about that snafu there, but I wanted to get this straight. So we'll look at the numbers on Mr. Mirabella instead of John Henry Johnson. Mirabella, you can see on his card, 1-1, 4.91 ERA and 2 saves. On the replay, he is 1-0 with a 2.79 ERA and no saves. So he's going to face Kent Hrbek with a runner at second base, Puckett, and nobody out. Lefty, lefty. Oh, I'm going to re-roll that because all 4 dice have to be in here. So 6-4, and that's a fly ball center field X. We're looking at Yount. 2E6 for Yount. 2 and a 12 should be okay with that. 2 and a 12. 2 and a 12 is an F2. That's a 13. He is an E6. There's no 13 there, but it's an F2, which means a runner on second can try for third. Puckett runs at a 17. Yount's a +2 arm, so that's a 1-19. So he's in there. He will take third base on the fly out to center field. It's deep enough that Puckett will tag up and go to third. So the infield's going to have to come in now with 1 out. And switch hitting Gene Larkin will turn around bat right-handed with the infield in a 4-1 ball game, top of the 8th. 5-3. He is a righty. 5-3. Ground ball pitcher X. He's a 2E50. Boy, that's terrible. 2E50. This does not look good for him. 2 and a 9. The infield is in, by the way. We said that. The pitcher is always considered in anyway. So 2 and a 9 for a pitcher is a G3. Don't know if that means the run's going to score with the infield in or not. We'll figure it out. That's a 6. We're worried more about the error because of that E50 rating. E50, unbelievably, there's no 6. There's a 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 through 17 basically, but no 6 or no 16. So he makes the play. Now we're looking at F3, or G3 rather. G3, runner at third, infield in, is a decide. So we go over here to decide. Lead runner can attempt to advance a base. Computer's safe chances is running speed -4 plus fielder's defensive rating. So Puckett's speed is a 17, -4 is a 13, plus the 2 from Mirabella's a 15. So 1 to 15, he can score. And if he does score, Larkin's going to reach on fielder's choice. But if you're the Brewers, you're down 4-1. You have to throw home here. You don't have any choice. 1 to 15, Puckett will score. And he's out at the plate. How you like that? Nice play, Mirabella. So Larkin will reach on the fielder's choice, but a 1 to 2 ground out fielder's choice gets Puckett at the plate. Nice play there by Mirabella. He was definitely tested on that one. But he comes through. 2 outs. And now you got another switch hitter, Roy Smalley, at the plate. Larkin at first and 2 down. Keeps the score 4-1, 1-8, and that's going to be a ground ball to short, and that will end the inning. So Mirabella did his job. We can now close the book on Clear. He didn't give up anything. So Mirabella will most likely come out and pitch the 9th as well. You would think, after doing such a nice job. But he also might be just a 1-inning guy, although he is rated as a 2, so I think it'd be okay to bring him back. Viola facing Schroeder, Gantner, and Swain. That's a 6-8 for Viola. Fly to right field. Hauled in out there by Brunansky. 1 away for Jimmy Gantner. Lefty on lefty matchup. Can't pinch hit for Gantner. You got nobody else to play the infield. They've already used all their guys. All the guys on the bench are outfielders now. except maybe Surhoff. He could probably play third base, maybe mix it around a little bit, but man, you'd be, you know what? They're going to bring in Mike Felder to pinch hit, because Felder can play second base. Not very well, but he can play second base. So we're going to bring in Felder to pinch hit, give him a switch hitter in there for Gantner. So he will pinch hit in the 8th and stay in the game to play second base in the 9th. Mike Felder. So we're going to bring in Felder instead of having Gantner go lefty-lefty. Mike Felder. And on the replay, Felder is hitting .315, no homers, 3 driven in. He had .266 real world. That is a 3-6 against the lefty, and that's a walk. So Felder will draw the walk. Now Tabby is coming in here and making noise. Not sure what she wants. She already ate her food, so I don't think that means she's hungry. She may just be checking things out. Right, Tabby? Yeah, we can hear you. All right, so Felder with the walk. Down 4-1, though. He's a great base stealer. But the -5 from Viola, you just can't take that chance. So he will just hang there. And here is Castillo. Another switch hitter. 1-6. That's a 1-15 single. That's a base hit. Back come the Brewers. First 2 are on. And now we go back to the top of the order. And lo and behold, bullpen action for the Twins is going to be Juan Berenguer loosening their bullpen. Juan Berenguer. Right now, Molitor, first and second. That's a 2. Chance for balk or pass ball. We're looking at a balk chance on Viola, which is only a 2. And no balk on that one. Here's Molitor. Tabby's just getting into everything over there. 2-7. Fly ball to left. 2 down. And that will send up Robin Yount in a clutch situation. Yount in the clutch against lefties is completely neutral. It's a 1-5, and that's a home run 1-10. That's gone. 3-run home run from Robin Yount on a 1-5 with a 5. That is gone, and we got ourselves a tie ball game at 4. Robin Yount, a 3-run home run for Robin Yount, has tied this game. And Frank Viola is now listed as tired, so he will leave the ball game, I would think. Or they may let him go and pitch to Cooper. I guess they'll let him finish out against Cooper, since there are 2 outs. 3-5, and that's a fly ball to right. That's going to end the inning. That'll do it for Viola. But a 3-run home run from Robin Yount has tied the score at 4. And now Mirabella is the pitcher of record, along with Viola. Mirabella will face Brunansky. First, we've got to bring in Felder to play second base on the computer. Got to remember who's playing second base. That is Mr. Felder. All right, so here's Brunansky, top of the 9th, tied at 5. 4-8, and that's a 1-13 single base hit for Brunansky. Single by Brunansky. He could try to get a lead, but he gets picked off on an 8 and a 12, so I think in this critical situation, they're not going to try anything here. Laudner, he was a better bunter. They have him bunt, but he's not really a very good bunter. Let's see if the Twins might want to go to their bench for somebody else. They could go to... They're going to go to Mark Davidson off the bench, and he's going to swing away. He's not going to bunt. Davidson will come in, pinch hitting here in the 9th, and then Sal Butera will catch in the bottom of the 9th. So Davidson on to pinch hit. and we'll get his numbers. Laudner was 0 for 3 with a strikeout in this game. So Tom Kelly trying to get some offense going. Davidson on the replay is hitting .216, a homer and 7 driven inning at .267 real world. Facing Mirabella with Brunansky at first and nobody out. 2-5 for, that's a ground ball shortstop A, hits right into the Giovanni's Tailor shop. Tailor-made double play, 6-4-3. Not what Tom Kelly was looking for out of your pinch hitter. Definitely was not what he was looking for. So now Sal Butera will come in and catch in the bottom of the ninth. Right now here's Gagne with 2 outs and the bases cleared. So Davidson definitely did not give them what they wanted. Here's Gagne, 110. That's a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there for the Twins. That'll cap it for Mirabella. He will go 2 innings. And he will give up just 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. But he gave them some good outings there. And now the Twins will go to their bullpen. And it will be Mr. Berenguer. Juan Berenguer will be coming on. He is a -1 hold, and Butera, the new catcher, is a +2, so it makes him a +1. He'll be facing Deer, Pashoric, and Braggs. Those are the scheduled hitters. So let's bring in first of all, the computer's going to make me put Butera in to catch. So that's going to happen first things first. He comes in to catch. Then we go to the bullpen. First I want to go to the box score and get the totals on Viola. He's going to go 8 innings, give up just 3 hits but 4 runs. 3 of them earned. 3 walks and 5 strikeouts and a no decision. And now Juan Berenguer will make his way in. We'll get the numbers on Berenguer for the replay. Well, first of all, for the real season, he was 8-1 with a 3.94 ERA and 4 saves. On the replay, 3-0, 3.65 ERA and 1 save. And bottom of the ninth we go for Rob Deer. That's a 4-4, and that is a fly to center field exits Puckett. He's a 1. Know he's going to get to it. We're just checking the E6. The only errors on E6 for center fielders are 3, 4, 15, and 18. And that's a 12, so no problem. Puckett makes the play, and here is Jim Pashoric. Do the Brewers have anybody they might want to bring in to play first base? Maybe they're going to pinch hit with B.J. Surhoff, because Surhoff can play first base. So besides catch, he can play first and third. So Surhoff is going to come on, pinch hit here in the 9th. Would stay in the game to play first base in the 10th if we go to the 10th. So we'll get the numbers on Surhoff. That will leave Rick Manning and Billy Joe Robideau, the last 2 remaining. So B.J. Surhoff hitting .338 on the replay, 6 homers, 25 driven inning at .299 real world. Looks like the snow is finally tapered off. 4-4 against the lefty. That's another fly ball center field X. So we're testing Puckett again. And that is an 11, so no problem there for Puckett. 2 up and 2 down. It's one guy you don't want to test in the field. It's Kirby Puckett. Here's Glenn Braggs. Braggs, the only thing standing in the way of extra innings. 2-11, and that is a single for Glenn Braggs. So he singles, and he's going to be looking to try to get a lead, because if you can get in scoring position, then 1 base hit can win the game for you. You need a 5 or a 6 Doesn't get it, he will hold. And that's going to bring up Schroeder. Bill Schroeder. 3-6 for Schroeder is a home run, 1-14 on a 3-6, 1-14 home run. That's a 6. It's gone, and the ball game is over. Bill Schroeder and the Brewers just steal one from the Twins. Highway robbery. 2-run home run from Schroeder to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Look at it again, 3-6, a home run, 1-14. That's a 6. It's gone. Bill Schroeder, the home run, and the Brewers win it by the score of 6-4. And Juan Berenguer goes 2/3 of an inning, and he will take the loss. He gave up 2 hits and 2 runs. We'll go to our box score and get the totals, but boy, the Twins just have to feel so dejected. They had this game in hand and let it slip away. 6 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Brewers. 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors for the Twins. Winning pitcher is Paul Mirabella. He gets the win. He will improve to 2-0. Taking the loss is Berenguer. He will drop to 3-1. And let's see. Twins left on 5. Brewers only left on 2. Player of the game. Well, Yount had the 3-run bomb that tied it. But Bill Schroeder singled, stole second, forced a throwing error, and scored and gets the home run here. So we're going to give the player of the game to Bill Schroeder, as Schroeder goes 2 for 4 with a single and home run and a run, 2 runs scored and 2 runs batted in. For the Brewers, they improved to 41-19, climb back into a first-place tie with the Blue Jays. And the Twins drop a heartbreaker, drop to 30-34, and they slip a little bit further behind those Oakland A's. So that's good to them here. Like I said, I don't know how it turned out with recording on the phone like that and everything, but it's just a continuation game from where I had problems trying to live stream this morning, and I did want to finish the game out. And if I can figure out how to do it live tomorrow, we'll be live tomorrow at 9 o'clock with the Texas Rangers and California Angels to finish out the June 16th date. If not, I will record it and upload it, and we'll see what happens. But that's good to go from here. Final score once again. Brewers walk off the Twins 6-4 on the 2-run homer from Bill Schroeder. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.